For probably 98% of like the teaching or coaching I do anyway, there are really just two different forms or two different ways people get feedback. It's either go faster or it's make a correction. I don't do slow down really. Every once in a while I'll get into it. There's once in a while where maybe it's applicable, but even then I wouldn't really articulate it as slow down. I feel like the kind of old or just outdated or obsolete way of thinking, it's like if you're shooting to a qual or a test or just shooting, if it looks pretty good, you try to go a little bit faster. You get to a point where the target looks a little bit messy or you're making some mistakes. Then the old feedback was, well, you got to slow down and get your hits, sonny. So you have to slow down a little bit. That way you don't make the mistakes. Then when the target looks good again, then you can try speeding up again. But then once you make mistakes, you have to slow back down. And I'm not even joking. It's just kind of like this, I don't know. It's just this little teeter-totter thing where it's like, go fast, slow down, go fast, slow down. And then you don't end up getting kind of end up nowhere fast, in my opinion. So instead, I think it's either go faster or correction. First off, if the target looks nice, like, yep, you're doing the thing great, this is perfect, the feedback I give is just go faster. I don't normally say pull the trigger faster, run faster, try to transition the gun faster, try to walk faster. Normally I just say go faster, and the person will interpret that differently, and then you're just kind of seeing what breaks or what happens next. It'll be, sometimes I'm finding out for the same time as the person shooting. But if the results look good and you're getting the results you want, you've got to try to do better. I mean, you want to get, unless you don't want to get better, of course, which hopefully if that's the case, sorry about it. But otherwise, if you want to get better, you're going to have to try to push to go the next level of improvement or excellence, however you're going to get there. So for me, I just say, hey, go faster. And then some little issue is going to crop up. Maybe it's nuanced, maybe it's major. Then it's just a feedback for that. Which takes me to the other piece of feedback I give, which will be some form of a correction, but not really in the way of slow down. Example, a marksmanship fundamental. Let's say you're shooting really fast and the hits start to go high. The feedback from me wouldn't be you should slow down on how fast you're pulling the trigger. Instead, it'd be you need to laser focus where the bullets go, not watch your sight, climb up on the target, for example. Or sometimes when people, if you really push them hard for speed, whether it's a doubles drill with the fast pairs or just aggressive shooting, once they really try to get after it, they'll start pushing in on the trigger or pushing on the gun when they're pressing the trigger. So either trying to stop recoil or fighting it, or they see the dot start to lift, they don't like it, so they shove down a bunch of different thought processes. But it ends up with hits going low and left if you're a right-handed shooter. So for me, the feedback wouldn't be slow down and work on your trigger press or something. The feedback is just, hey, dummy, you're pressing down the gun. A couple different mindsets, either trying to stop the gun from recoiling, anticipating the push, seeing the dot lift and fighting into it. There's different thought processes, but the result is the speed at which you're pulling the trigger isn't the issue. It's the fact that your hand's flexing, or some people like to apply like pressure with their pinky or their middle finger. Or, I only grip with my pinky, but not this finger, but this finger I do, and my thumb does this. It's just too much. So instead, I would just attack like specifically what's going on with the marksmanship issue, and then just work on correcting it at speed. Same thing if they're doing like a multiple target, just standing static, 3 or 4 targets, and it's just right to left, left to right. Just watch them shoot it. The bullets all go where they are. It's like, okay, cool. This looks good. Go faster. And then you see what happens, because the next thing, people don't pick spots in the middle of targets. They swing through the target, trying to time the hits. So just so happens I have a dry fire target handy. Instead, you'll see hits like trailing through. So it'll be like here, here. They don't stop. They're on the target. Maybe you have a shot go here, then they look away. So the bullets either maybe hits hopefully paper, or if not, goes out the wilderness off the direction they were trending or looking. Firing hand tension, clamping down, all those kind of things can happen. Then whatever happens, just like, hey, keep up on the speed. I like the aggression. Make sure you see the sight stop on each target. Keep working on relaxing your firing hand. Whatever the case could be, but it's never slow down and, stop what you're doing. It's just the correction. Again, how are you shooting? If it looks good, we got to go faster. Something is going to fall apart. Maybe it's nuanced, maybe it's major. We'll just work on what falls apart, and then you'll just keep building your ability to be fast and accurate, oddly enough. The one time slowing down is an advice maybe that I'll give is especially the rapid fire pairs. So if you're shooting a carry type of gun, so a Glock 43, SIG P, 365, one of the little micro compact guns, we're shooting doubles, so rapid fire pairs. The target's at 15 yards, 20 yards. For a full-size pistol, it's going to be a lot more doable than a Glock 43 or one of the really small like pocket style guns. So for that, might be like, hey, if you feel like you're not hitting the targets or you see the sights going over the top, the gun can't settle, you can't hang on to it, like that would be an equipment issue. For that would be, hey, you probably should shoot reactively. So it's not really a fast or a slow, but it's like you should back up off the pacing. You probably need to see your sight for each shot or slow the splits down just to make sure you're actually hitting the target with each shot. But otherwise, for the most part, it would be articulated back in a different way other than slow down. If it was a full-size gun and it's the rapid fire pairs at 15 or 20 yards and they just can't do it. It's just not happening. Maybe it's above where they're at that point. Then I could articulate it as you need to shoot this reactively. Make sure you see the dot before you fire each pair. There's be a different way to say it other than slowing down. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on giving feedback. For me, I don't like slowing down. I think slow is slow. And I don't think the slow is smooth, smooth is fast stuff. That's all nonsense too. And me, it's like just go fast, figure it out. So it'll either be, if it looks good, go faster. If there's a mistake, there'll be a specific correction to apply, somewhere to put your brain, your thought process, something visually to do. Then just work on that little nuanced thing. Hopefully that turns into a better habit. Then you try to go faster again, something else falls apart, and you just keep fixing the little parts that break. Next thing you know, hopefully end up pretty good at this shooting thing. So hopefully that's helpful. Gives you something to think about in your practice or training. That'd be the advice I'd be giving myself if I'm out training and practicing to get better. So if you have any questions, drop it below in the comments. I try my best to read the comments. If you want to like, share, subscribe, all that nonsense, you can. Appreciate the people that do. I guess I'm supposed to ask people to do that. But either way, I appreciate you watching.